Hey, this is Those Guys with your host, Matt Marrero, along with
Tristan Walter.
Also, it's not 7:30; it's 9 o'clock. So don't adjust your times. That was a Toonami promo back when this aired on Toonami.
I missed
this
the old
movie.
promo.
Yeah, they were really good. Just Peter Cullen was also great, by the way. Optimus Prime, and he got the chance to do most of these Toonami promos, and it was amazing.
I honestly forgot about that until you reminded me, and you're like, dude, go watch the promo. I'm like, oh, okay, and then I listened to it, and I'm like, oh my God, how did I forget this?
Yes, he was a very great, an amazing voice actor, and he definitely brought he always brought a sense of like, oh man, this is epic, no matter what. He did Gundam Seed. I think we talked about this once. He did Gundam Seed, the promo, and after watching it, you think, you know what, I gotta watch some Gundam Seed. You didn't have to, but he made you think you had to, and that's why he's great at what he does. So today we're going to be talking about the fourth Dragon Ball Z movie, Lord Slug, or as it's known in Japan. So we have a lot of information about this movie, a lot of background stuff. In Japan, this movie is known as Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan Son Goku.
Well,
so Japan, what are spoilers?
yeah.
What about the end of the movie that you kind of wanted people to come in to see? Maybe it's just there. Really, guys?
Oh man.
Yeah. No, that's how I felt. That I was just very, very, very. I mean, not annoyed because obviously I saw the movie first, and he didn't really turn Super Saiyan. It was like a Fox Super Saiyan, It's like but still, it's upsetting that. Yeah. No, it's very
awesome,
funny. Yes, no, it is. It's what's very funny about it, I'd say, is that Japan does a lot, sadly. Japan America does too, mind you. What am I talking about? We have our trailers that always, spoil something.
Yeah.
But Japan, I think, really loves. Yeah, but I don't know why. For some reason, I feel that Japan is just a bit more, crazy with it, where it's just, oh, you're going to get a secret cool cameo that you're not supposed to know about? Check it out in this magazine.
Oh.
And it's like, okay, I guess I didn't need to see this movie because I know all of the twists and turns. But yeah, so the screenplay was still written by Takao Koyama, who also did the first three films. If you didn't see our last podcast, he's done apparently a lot of the Dragon Ball Z films, as well as some of the films from Sailor Moon and Saint Seiya. So that's when they need for anime movies, this is the guy that they get. And also this was the first movie dubbed over by Funimation.
Woo!
Now, I know what you're thinking, but Matt, those other three movies were dubbed over. Yes, but they were dubbed over after the entire series run in America because, the first three movies were done by the Ocean dub as well as, a bunch of other, dubs here and there, trying to release it in their own areas. And like the French dub or, the AB group, also known as, the Big Green dub and, some other Malaysian dubs. But, so this is the first, I know, we can all laugh at that. This is the first dub done by Funimation, and you can really tell because it seems a lot different than the first three movies. Because, look at the score, right? You have rock songs, American rock songs by some really good bands.
Yes!
Yeah. No, I know that you're a big fan of those.
Oh, yes. Yes, I am.
Oh, yeah. So, so we have those, right? And, and just a bunch of other things that you can tell, I'm not saying the first three movies didn't have, little tiny jokes here and there, but I think, this is one of those movies that you can tell that they, not even localized, they just change the jokes because, that's what Funimation does sometimes with their writing. So, just a few things here and there where you thought, that doesn't seem like it should be a thing in Japanese. I remember there was a point where Lord Slug said, "Oh, hey, if you're coming here for the headset job, send over." Yeah,
right.
Little things.
Please
I thought,
side entrance.
yeah, it's so little things like that made me think, no, I don't think this is a thing. But one thing, jumping back to the English score, the reason why I'm a big fan of it too is Disturbed is one of the bands that did some songs. They did Stupefy. So in other words,
right.
So in other words, they this movie made me a fan of my favorite bands before I even knew that I was a fan of my favorite band. I mean, I didn't see this movie on Toonami. I don't know. Did you see this movie on Toonami when it first aired, or?
I don't actually remember.
You see that thing right there? My father, rest in peace, loved the man. When my father went to, I think it was like the mall or something, right? And we both were in, I can't remember the store. That's probably why it's closed. So it's one of those stores, right? And so we bought both this movie and Coola's Revenge, both on DVD, and it was really cool because I don't remember how old I was at the time. I might have been still 9 or 10 or something, but picked it up and I was like, wow, this is so cool. And I just saw it on DVD. I don't think I ever even saw it on Toonami because I just saw it whenever they put out the DVD.
Damn.
So it was, so sadly this was the first movie, I think, out of the first 4 that I did not watch on the glorious Toonami. But when the movie when the movie first came out in Japan, you and I weren't born, Tristan.
Yeah.
This movie was released in Japan March 19th, 1991.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah.
I only missed it by about a year.
Yeah, just about. And apparently, it's said to have been put between episodes 81 and 82, if canon means anything.
So, let's 81 and 82. We're thinking.
What's funny is you want to think about that, and it's like you don't need to. Canon doesn't matter.
Well, no, it doesn't. But if you really think about it.
Yeah. But
even to try and think about where this would fit in canon, it doesn't. Oh God, it's just a giant mind fuck. No. But this what's the cool thing is, remember as I told you, a few episodes ago, these movies aired in double or triple features at these Toei events, and this one aired at the Toei Anime Fair, and it was a double feature with the Magical Teruruto-kun movie. Now, if you're thinking, Matt, what is that? Don't worry. That's your logical response. It never got brought over. From what I've seen, there's raws of it on the internet, but there's no subs. So, okay.
How about you just take your half a year of Japanese and try to fail at subbing that one? Not even any Japanese scripts from what I've seen. It's basically just, it looks like it's a cute little show. It looks like it's a cute little show about someone who's magical. Like, that's just, hey, look, it's the Magical Teruruto-kun movie. And then that's that. I wonder why.
And then they put it together with Dragon Ball Z.
Well, yes, because, I would assume, if you think about it, hey, I hate to say this. No, think about it like this. Remember, both are for kids. As much as it's
right.
weird. It's weird because, the things that, Japan makes for kids are a bit off sometimes. But, even Japan will have its moments where it makes something really, really, really cute and not creepy at all.
Yeah.
It's not even rare, but, it happens. But it happens, We just we don't get them as much, I think, But anyway,
that's true.
moving on to the movie itself. Did you like the movie?
Oh, yes. Yes, I did.
Okay,
just rewatching it. Just rewatching it for this, I was thinking throughout the entire thing, I'm like, why don't I remember this better? This one was fucking awesome.
I watched it a lot of times, actually. I was able to just see a lot from it and think, oh, yeah, I remember this. Oh, I remember that. It was kind of funny, actually. I remembered a bit too much, but possibly because I had it on DVD, so it's kind of in my personal collection. But, so a little thing right here. Strangely, this is the first movie, if you noticed, out of the first 3 we've done so far, this being the 4th. First movie that just opens up with, the other ones have had little things here and there, and then it's just, oh no, the intro. Now it's just, nope, intro. Just get that thing out of the way. Get the music done. We got to do some Namekian shit. So that was, so just I don't know, I feel like it's just really cool to see the little changes here and there. Also, Icarus makes another surprise appearance.
Oh, yeah.
Before he dies or something. Goku eats him. I don't know. Whatever you believe. Whatever canon you believe.
No, he's okay in this movie. Nothing bad actually happens to him this time.
Yeah. Something I would like to point out. I don't know if you know this, Do you know who voices over Icarus?
Oh God, I feel like
It's the same guy who voices everyone else. It's Christopher Sabat.
Right. I was gonna guess that.
Mind you, if anyone doesn't know that name, it's okay. That's Piccolo. That's Vegeta. That's Yajirobe. That's Corrin. That's original Zarbon. That's original Jace. And that is also Icarus. Let's all let that sink in for a moment, and let's all move on with our day. Now, I would like to say some of the action in this movie is really good. Like, honestly, when Goku and Krillin tried to divert the comet with the Kamehameha, as a kid, I just ate it up, and now I still did.
I know. Like, it was funny when they get ready to do it, and they actually, they hit the comet, and the blasts just deflect right off of it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, I felt like I shat myself. Because it was that moment, it was like, oh God, they lost. What?
Yeah, right. Did the heroes not win this one? All right, they're going to die. End of the movie. And then they just get blown away by it, and the whole thing is going to collide into the earth, and then, it magically makes a U-turn and explodes over the sky. If I could, I would say this. If I could, right, I would, if I had the money, I would purchase a lot of movies, mostly a lot of superhero movies. And basically, you ever notice that mostly around the end of the movie, like, there's just a moment when it looks like the superhero is about to die, like Incredible Hulk, the newer one, when Bruce Banner jumped out of the plane, and then it looked like for a split second he didn't transform into the Hulk right when he hit the concrete. I would buy movies like that. I would buy, like movies like this one and other movies where it looks like they're just about to lose. And then I would buy the rights, and I would redistribute them with the endings cut off. So basically, at this part, when it's like, oh God, it looks like they lost, I would hire Kyle Herbert, the narrator, and I would just hire him to say, and that day, the Z Fighters lost. The entire Earth was destroyed. That's how I would end it, and I would redistribute it that way. So whenever someone bought it, that's the version they'd get.
God.
Yeah. But, also, by the way,
you even start to see the natural disasters happening afterwards, like people falling through cracks in the earth, volcanoes exploding, like the tide. Like
I'm
basically
not a big fan of that, by the way. I love the the images. Like, I like the fact that it's like, it's very detailed and it's very, like, wow, this is crazy, this is happening. But I just, as I've gotten older, I just don't enjoy these end of the world scenarios. It's only because 9 out of 10 times the economy and everything just recovers immediately after the movie's over. And so when it comes to things like and I know it's funny because I know I'm sitting here watching a DBZ movie. I should know what I'm getting myself into. And I am. I know. But I'm just not a big fan of it, where it's just each and every movie is just like, oh no, like, and then all of a sudden by the next movie, which is a year later in our time, it's like, oh, everything's fine again, to then get destroyed.
Yeah.
Just because it's the disasters get more and more catastrophic. I mean, just last movie it was, oh hey, look, it's this forest, and then all of a sudden it's, oh wait, no, the entire world is barren.
Right.
And now it's just like the world is barren again, except cold. It's like, oh.
I mean, if you wanted to get into that, I mean, I love Godzilla movies, and that's even more like, how the fuck do they rebuild all this shit?
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
So if you want to talk about a level of acceptance.
Yes, no. It's sad because I know there is a suspension of disbelief that I have to have. It's not even the fact that they do. It's just more the fact that I just hate that that everything seems to do it now. The comic books, and I know that was a while ago, but still, it just seems to be just the thing where it's just, oh hey, entire city has to be destroyed. Oh, entire planet has to be destroyed. It's I don't know. Again, it's a Dragon Ball Z movie. I don't know why I'm even complaining. I should probably stop. But if you want to call in and complain. The number is 718-664-9468. The number is 718-664-9468. We're taking calls at 9:30. And, just keep on listening, and please take that number down, 718-664-9468. Okay, so moving forward from my...
complain.
Yeah, call and complain. Moving forward from my rant, let's talk about some good stuff. Let's talk about voice actors, all right?
Okay.
Commander Zune, right, who's the I'm going to say a lot of random names because we didn't actually hear many of the names throughout the film. Commander Zune, who's the kind of orange one with the horns, right?
Right.
Is voiced over by Bradford Jackson. Now, who's Bradford Jackson? The voice actor behind Oolong. You see, obviously, Funimation is a very small operation. They've grown a bit bigger, but they're still pretty small. You're going to have a lot of these, but I want to point them out now only because of how hilarious they are. Now, this one isn't as funny, but it's still really interesting. I'm a really huge fan of Lord Slug's voice actor because not only is his voice perfect for Slug, right? It was just raspy, it was great. It fit the way Slug looked. But he was also the narrator from Dragon Ball and Captain Ginyu. His name is Bryce Armstrong, right? Sadly, he retired, but he also voiced Tim Marco in Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, and it stinks because, obviously in redubs and things he's been replaced, but just his voice is just a beautiful voice, in my opinion. He just sounds amazing. Like, it's a voice that, because as a guy who likes to do impressions and who wants to be, a voice actor and, is trying to get into this business, it's just very interesting with his voice because it's one that I think is very hard to imitate. Where when you see other people doing the characters that he's done, they're just doing an interpretation of the character, not of his voice.
Right.
That's what's very interesting. Also, Metamacha, the little green guy, right?
Yeah.
That's Sean Schimmel. That's the voice of Goku and King Kai.
Wow, that must have been
hard.
Awkward to see the scene between Goku and him fighting.
Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself?
Okay, other than that, but...
Right. Yes. No, but Anguilla, right? Anguilla. I don't know how to pronounce because I don't think Japan even knows how to pronounce some of these. The lighter blue one, who looked a bit of a pretty boy.
Yeah.
Not only is that Tien, right?
What?
That's Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Okay, yeah, that one I can see a little more.
But it's still, and then this one I really want to mention. This is one of the funniest, I think the funniest. The fat brown one with wings, Doradobo. He's played by John Freeman. John Freeman actually is one of those few that will maybe just do like 3 or 4 roles and then won't really stick with Funimation for some reason, or maybe they just won't rehire him as much. But I think he was very good at what he did because Doradobo was, he sounded very cool in my opinion. Like for a guy who's that fat, it's like, oh, that's actually a great voice for him, right? His only other roles were 2 of the Spice Boys in the Garlic Jr. saga, both Mustard and Vinegar.
Of course. Oh.
I don't know if I had a nickel for every time I said that sentence. And then the last notable one that I'd like to bring up. There was this random goon, right? It was a random goon that was leading these troops to fire on civilians, right? It was one of the, when he had that whole army outside, and the one that looked like he was the leader of the pack.
Yeah. That's
Chuck Huber. Better known as Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho, Garlic Jr. from the first DBZ film, as well as Android 17 in the series itself.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah. Love that guy. Good voice actor that guy is. He stuck with Funimation for a while, still with them, actually, when they redid the Yu Yu Hakusho movie. Yes, we technically redid, yes, because they acquired the rights. He is in that movie as well. Still stuck with them. But anyway. Before I move on to some more of my notes, what did you like about the film? I'm sure you have made some notes as well. What did you pick out from the movie so far?
Okay, there's one point at the beginning that I've wanted to say for probably the last 4 movies. Well, okay, the last 3 movies, but including this one.
Okay. Right.
You realize in the beginning of the movie, like Piccolo's usually meditating.
Yes.
And then he'll turn around and be like, "Oh my God, what the hell is that?" Now, okay, in this movie he does it, and in Tree of Might he does it. He turns around and like, oh my God, something sinister is coming from space.
Right.
But in World's Strongest and in Dead Zone, he doesn't sense the henchmen coming at all. Nothing.
Okay. Dead Zone? Well, okay, Dead Zone I'll give you. In World's Strongest, you can argue that they were quote unquote robots. And later on in the series, they did say that you can't sense a robot or an android's power level.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I guess I'll give you that one.
You know what I thought you were going to mention? I thought you were going to mention Piccolo sitting there. I sense a dark presence approaching. Piccolo, how about you do something? But I sensed that was doing something. Piccolo, you only told us. We can't really help. So
I'll
could you
get there
like
eventually.
a crew together? Yeah, could you get a crew together? I don't think I know a crew. Goku, Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, any of those guys? Nope, I don't know of them.
I don't think I have their numbers.
Yeah, right? It's like, oh, you don't have their numbers, so you can't talk to them psychically like everyone else can?
Hey, that shit's really difficult.
Yeah, right. That's difficult. I have to be in a very calm state of mind to do something like that. Do you mean like meditating, Piccolo?
Yeah.
Are you saying you have to be meditating to do that?
And that's the other thing, too. Like, in Tree of Might, at least when Piccolo senses it, he's like, I feel an evil presence coming towards the Earth. When, in Lord Slug, he turns around with Gohan, and they're like, oh my god, what's that? And I guess they, feel the presence of the comet coming. Right. But you don't sense the immense power and evil coming from it?
Yeah, no, it's funny because again, I know we're watching a Dragon Ball Z film or whatever, and we enjoyed what we watched, but all it needed was little like throwaway lines, like that's all, like oh, their ship must have been shielded by Sam, they must have shielded us somehow, or heck, even Dr. Briefs was just saying, sitting there going, oh, this, for some reason, this is inhabited, and it's like, oh, it's inhabited. Yeah, exactly. And then it was later when it's like it's inhabited by evil. No. well, that would have been nice to know.
Or like when they actually when the army starts coming out of the spaceship when they finally land on the planet, and there's just a bunch of people in South City like coming out and saying, "Huh, I wonder what this is about." Like even the little girl like looks up at her dad and she's like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Uh." And it's just like, do you not see the soldiers coming out single file of this thing? Shouldn't you?
They just thought it was like Star Trek or Star Wars. They were just like, oh, this is so cool.
And then they begin blasting the general public.
Yeah. I'm even the line. If this movie was made in 2014, everyone would be taking pictures on their cell phone.
God damn it! Fuck.
The photos would have been retweeted. Master Roshi as well as Krillin will have found out there was a problem by the tweets that people would have been like, oh, wait a minute, there's something wrong here.
Even when Krillin sees it on TV, when he sees the report, he's like, oh God, I just wanted to see the sports. And he turns around and like, Master Roshi, you're asleep. How the fuck are you asleep?
What I love, by the way, and I want to make this note. It's my last note because he was at the end of Master Roshi was at the end of the film. But I want to make it known. He's always reading the same dirty mag.
Really? Is it the same one every time?
Possibly not every single time, but I remember from like the last time I saw him reading one in the last movie, that's the same one.
That's funny.
Yeah. Actually, he's been sleeping since the last film.
I noticed something similar to that. I guess maybe they just used the clip of the animation or something. I don't even know how they'd go about doing it. Maybe you would know better. But you remember when Gohan gets attacked by Metamacha and he gets his energy absorbed and he falls to the ground? Okay. And Metamacha is just about to finish him off, and Piccolo's running to take the blast for him. There's a scene where you see Gohan lying on the ground. Mm-hmm. And I shit you not, if I went back to the Frieza saga right now and showed you the episode of where Raccoon kicks him in the face and he's lying on the ground with his neck broken, it would be the same exact position.
Problem at all, actually. I was going to make mention of something they did in the movie itself because, I mean, think about it. In the 80s, they still, remember something, they have access to all the same because everything was, remember, that's also back in the day. So everything was drawn out and then, composed together. So technically, you can just copy and paste that in a way.
Right.
Or you could just have the same person drawing it because maybe it's an easy pose to draw. I was going to mention something very funny. I was hoping this would be what you were going to reference. When Gohan and when Gohan, Chi-Chi, and Bulma and Oolong, they were all in a group, and then the people were running past them.
Yeah.
I see you didn't notice, but definitely look back.
Oh,
Please
no,
look back.
Wait.
Yes.
I remember you telling me about this. Go ahead.
Okay,
I remember
good.
now.
I told you about it before. It's the same clip in the background over and over and over again, to the point where you can see the same bear in a blue button-down shirt run past them about 2 or 3 times. And it's great. And it's great because obviously, what you do is you have you just replay it basically, like in the background when you compile everything, whatever, you just have that one go over and over, and then everyone else, if you notice, they didn't really move other than their mouths, other than in Gohan at the end, so you could really keep them just standing there and it would be okay. But until you actually sit there and you're like, wait a minute, that's the same bear. Well, maybe he has a family, Yeah. But
I just want to clarify for just personally, I don't know how you feel about it, but I figure you'd probably feel similar. We're not pointing this out to be like, oh, this is really stupid, No, it's just because it's funny. I don't even mind.
Here's the thing. Better something. And I actually told people about this the other day when it came to the wrestling podcast, where the reason why we point these out is because we love it. We're not going to sit here for an hour and talk about something we hate. At least not publicly. If we're gonna talk about something, we're gonna do it in a way where it's like, oh, maybe I'll talk to my friend, and I'll say, oh, even though you are my friend, still, it would not be in a way where I have to set up an episode. I have to get music together. I have to make an account on Blog Talk Radio. Don't worry, if we wouldn't be talking, we wouldn't have to do so much work. I mean, so much work. Right? So it's like, I know some people some people just sitting on their beds or sitting in their computer chairs. I am fueled by my hatred. But we're not those kind of people, So we talk about this if only because it's also very interesting, because as kids, obviously we didn't pick this up. So now I was watching this with my girlfriend Ashley Colpan, who also comes on to some of our episodes sometimes, and it was very interesting because she's just there with me, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute. And she goes, what? And I pause, and I go back, and she and I just laughed because it's just very, it's funny, but it's also cool because you can kind of see their process, via, how old you are now, via your age. But anyway, moving forward, let's see. This movie made Chi-Chi look really good, by the way.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say something about that, because that was one thing that, if there was anything that pissed me off in this movie, it was that.
Pissed you off? Really?
Yeah. I mean, because, okay, well, no, you're right. It did make Chi-Chi look good for about 5 seconds. And it was
of course, because
come on, really?
Well, the thing is, what I think people, same thing with the first movie where Chi-Chi kind of put up a fight. I think people, I like that they're making callbacks, even though it's funny because as a kid, when you don't see Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball wasn't aired here first, at least in in an amount that you could see the entire series, you kind of get confused, I'll admit. Wait a minute, Chi-Chi's really good at fight. But when you actually see it in context and that she used to, know Kung Fu and her dad and who her dad was, it's just really cool in a way where it's not like some kind of Garlic Jr. filler where it's like, wait a minute, she shouldn't have that kind of power level. But, but it's the kind of, she could still hold her own. I mean, they're just explosions, She can, you can tell that she could hold her own against, if the military was trying to hunt down Chi-Chi, let's say, right, which actually does sound legitimate. That does sound like something that could happen. If the military was trying to hunt down Chi-Chi, I feel as if she could hold her own.
That's true.
It's when superpowered people come into play that she's done for.
Yeah, but, I mean, even still, okay, to Z-Fighter standards, yes, those armored henchmen were incredibly weak. To a normal person, they are being slaughtered by them. Chi-Chi's kind of in that weird middle ground where, yes, she knows how to fight, but no, she doesn't have any, powers.
Yeah, which is why I think she could get through an explosion, but then get punched in the stomach. Because again, they're weak to normal. They're strong to normal people, but they're weak even to someone like Gohan, who's at this point of the story, even though Cannon can be thrown out the window, you can clearly tell that because there's no Yamcha and Tien, that they were killed. Where in Canon, this happened after Vegeta, even though it would make no sense because after Vegeta, everyone's on their way to Namek.
Yeah.
But they mentioned Namekians, therefore you're supposed to know about Namekians. Therefore, in TV show logic, it's like, no, Namek, people know about Namek. It's already a thing. It was discovered. Goku got out of the hospital. For some reason, Krillin and Gohan and Bulma weren't in space, and they were Slug attacked. It all happened. That's how it happened, right? But one thing I want to mention, just now I'm going to start quoting some people because there were just a few things that I really, really, really enjoyed. Okay, first off, just Bulma called, one of them a geek, right? And I was like, really, Bulma, a geek? All of a sudden, he says, we're going to terraform it and turn it into our own personal star cruiser. Bulma was right. Yeah. You are a geek. Seriously, just really? Star cruiser? Well, okay, guys, whatever you want to do.
I started to think about that line specifically.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if that, other planet, I guess you could say, that they were piloting, maybe?
Yeah, that's the thing. It was a comet, but they were clearly piloting it as an actual ship. So now, yes, as you said, it becomes the question, wait, was that an actual planet? Did they conquer a planet to rule over it?
To use as their own personal ship?
Yeah, that's insanity.
I wonder if that's where they got their, the armored henchmen, like the generic ones. Like maybe they were inhabitants of that other planet, and they just, basically, you're a part of our army now. Either do what we say, or we kill you right here and now.
Well, I like those odds.
Yeah.
But also, I love when Slug figures out their big secret about a radar. Which, by the way, wasn't Bulma's fault. It was Gohan's fault, by the way. I don't know if, I think they were trying to write it like it's Bulma's fault because she's like, you would need a radar to do that, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, space talk, radars are perfectly normal. It's Gohan, the one who went, Bulma, and it's like, Gohan, we could have played this off. Gohan, we could have played this off.
Wow, I never thought of it that way, but, well, I guess you could look at it that way, but
that's how I personally feel. I feel like we could have done something about this, and then Gohan ruined everything. Right. Gohan just ruined everything. By the way, speaking of, other than putting aside Gohan ruining everything for now, I loved when Lord Slug, he pulled his, he did the hand trick and he was like, let me read your mind. And I sat there, and the reason why I kind of chuckled to myself is because I'm sitting here thinking, this screenwriter really likes people's minds. Like all of it, in one movie we have telepathic talking, now it's like, let me read your mind. It's like, wow, we're getting very telekinetic. We're getting very, we're doing things that DBZ doesn't usually do. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, shit, Goku did it with Krillin on Namek, and that was even weirder. Like, wait a minute, how? It comes with the territory for some reason, apparently. Trained at 100 times gravity. Oh, yeah, okay. It's like, so that crushes your brain? Like, I would assume it just crushes your brain. Be like, nope, telepathic. Oh, well, good for you, I guess. Oh, I think one of my favorite lines was just, Gohan just, I love you, Dad. And just, Goku, well, I mean, I didn't really win you the fight, did it, son? Oh. I mean, all right. I guess, it's true. It's just, it's just, I love you. Well, that didn't do anything. Maybe you should love me less. Thanks. Like, he got his butt kicked. It's like, that does nothing. It's like, I love you, Dad. Okay. Rest easy, son. I mean, I love you too. I think that's... What? Let Daddy handle it from here on out. Pretty much, yeah. You be a good boy and go lay in the dirt. Which is what he did for the rest of the movie.
No, he whistled.
No, Gohan whistled. That's stopped Lord Slug.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I assume they did that because, and I hate to say, I think, when you have a movie that's trying to, like, it's a kids movie, right? So when I say kids, by the way, I mean like it's targeted towards the children, obviously. That that magical movie came right after it. They wanted this to be a kids block, so they had to have the kid do something.
Right. Well, I mean, honestly, the whole, he has really sensitive hearing. Honestly, I didn't think that was really that bad. I mean,
no.
It
made a lot of sense.
Weakness.
I'm just saying that Gohan being the one to kind of stop him in a way.
Oh, yeah, okay, right, gotcha.
Yes. Also, I would like to add, just the fight sequences. I was a huge fan of them. I think, it's always cool to see 2-on-1 with Goku, especially when he overcomes them. But I think that a lot of these, I felt like it was unique. I know technically, Piccolo also extends his hands, and other villains have also shot energy beams out of their mouths. But still, I just really enjoyed what they did, with this movie. I don't know. I enjoyed a lot of the fights in this film.
Yeah. I mean,
Piccolo
honestly,
too,
I love the fight. Ooh. Oh, yeah. I love Piccolo's fight with, the big dude. Because...
Oh, my God. Just breaks his hand, breaks his arm on the spot, and then says, "Hey, kids, how about you go buy the popcorn after the movie?"
I feel like it's kind of a tip of the hat to the fact that Piccolo's still kind of an anti-hero at this point in the game. I mean, the only one yes, he's fighting with them, and yes, he saves Gohan, but I don't know, would he have really taken the fall for anyone else? If it were Krillin lying on the ground there, do you really think Piccolo would have thrown himself in front of the blast?
He would have shot a blast in front of it. He would have shot a blast in front of it.
He would have tried to stop it. But he would not give his life.
No. He knows. He sits there. He's like, It's like, Krillin, I don't have that many lives to give. But seriously though, just the way it happened though, which is great. It was just, break the hand, break the arm. It's like, it's okay though because the blood is purple. You broke everything.
You broke his arm.
Just like literally, just on my pride, I used to be a guitarist.
And
now what will I do with my hands? I played the piano.
Oh God! And when he finishes him off too, I mean, holy crap! He puts his other hand out that's not broken, and he's like, "Come on, why don't you join Lord Slug? I mean, you're powerful, but you won't beat him." And he actually looks like he's about to shake his hand. And he's like, I see you're smart, you want to live. And he just moves past, and it's like, shit. Just slowly. It was like, oh. Exactly.
Also, I really enjoyed, I think, just the scene where, the guy was in the store, I believe it was a mannequin shop. It looked like a mannequin. And it was just like, all right, I'm safe in here. Nope, not from Piccolo, you aren't. Like, all right, this is creepy. Not gonna lie.
Perfect spot for an ambush. For Piccolo, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Which is, honestly, you made a great point. It's really him being the anti-hero, not really being the hero just yet. Where, same thing with, if Vegeta had appeared in an earlier movie, sadly his first movie was the 6th one, but had he appeared in an earlier movie, it would have been great. He would have saved Goku, while at the same time punching him in the face. So they're like, oh no, he's going to get hit by the enemy's blast. Don't worry, I'll save you. Vegeta, you're doing an energy blast to get me out of the way. I saved Kakarot. I'm dying. That would have been him. So it's kind of the same thing with Piccolo, where it's like, I saved the universe by being Batman on everyone. Before the killing, he went full Batman. Just, I'm going to break you enough that you're in pain, but not dead.
It's funny, because as I was watching the scene with Piccolo, I was thinking of you making that joke. I'm like, Matt's made a joke about him being Batman in this scene before, hasn't he?
But But also, by the way, I would like to add, I really want to say this, by the way, something I think that many people get in debates over, but, really focus on this because it's true. Lord Slug, you done goofed. See, Lord Slug only wished for eternal youth. That means that he can be young forever. But that does not mean that he's immortal.
Well, I think it's that whole overconfidence thing, like, yay, I'm back to my youth. I have all my powers back. Obviously, no one can kill me. Fuck all you.
Yeah, of course. No, I just want to put it out there definitely because again, in other movies it's like, oh, I wish for immortality. And it's like, oh, damn, that's terrible. We have to put you in like a dead zone to make sure that you can't, be immortal out here where you can kill everyone.
I think the other thing is, think of it this way. If he wished for immortality right then and there, wouldn't that have made him immortal in his decrepit form?
Oh, it would have been hilarious. Just, he would have just, like, I will destroy you eventually. You will be tired one day, and then I will strike.
Well, that's like, even Slug walks out when he's fighting Goku. He even says, if you would come here, a day earlier and fought me, you might have stood a chance. But now that I'm back in my prime, and punches him in the face.
Basically. It's
like doesn't even finish the
sentence.
He just punches him in the face.
But no, but it's very true. But I just want to make sure like it's clarified because most people are like, oh, Lord Slug got beaten because eternal youth. So had he won, he would have been that strong forever, maybe even stronger through more battles. He would have been that strong forever. However, that does not mean that one day someone like a Vegeta, or I think the funniest thing in the world would be a Frieza, just sneezing on him and blowing him to smithereens because he can die.
Yeah.
But anyway, also, do you have anything to add before the big reveal that happened in the movie? Anything you want to throw out there? Any little notes here and there? Nothing major?
Well, I mean, there was one question about, how they mobilize, in the Cell Saga, they mobilized the, army to take out Cell?
Right.
Well, obviously this is a global attack. Slug is attacking. I mean, I guess the news broadcasted it over TV. Why didn't they mobilize the military here?
It's okay. What I assume is this much, all right? Honestly, I think that's a better question for Tree of Might, where Tree of Might, that tree should have been, people should have tried to blow that thing to smithereens. But you can also argue with Tree of Might, it sapped away everyone's energy, or at least the energy of, crops and whatever. When you jump to this movie, not only was everything frozen, but honestly, I'm a big fan of believing that everyone tried to get on the first ship out of the off the planet. So basically, when it's like, oh, why did the military not? Why didn't the president do anything? Because he was already on Mars, bitch.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Just let's see, 91. Who was the president? Clinton?
Oh
no.
No, it's the blue furry dog thing. Remember?
Oh, that's right. I'm so sorry. Why did I? The blue furry dog is Clinton, though. Just Monica. Just gonna. That's all. Just get off this damn planet. Right.
Oh God. And the
you know
other
what that
thing
comment means? That means IGTFO.
I guess the only other thing.
Dog. What?
The only other thing I'd want to point out was the joke with the senzu bean with Yajirobe. Like when he stumbles, he goes to Goku, and he gets in the senzu bean, and he wakes up, and he's like, "Oh my God, everything's frozen!" And then Yajirobe is like, "Yeah, and I'm getting out of here." And he walks past Krillin, and Krillin gets up, and he's like, "Hey, what about me?" And Yajirobe just looks him dead in the face and goes, "Yeah, what about you?" I literally had to pause the video and just laugh. Just sit there and laugh about it.
No, I agree.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like, your point being? It's like, I'm injured too. Yeah, your point being? So now that we've talked about those things, I want to bring up the big reveal. Now, big reveal being that he's a Namekian.
Oh, right. Yeah, when he takes off the helmet. Right.
I love that. It's just, whoa, I didn't see that coming. Neither did I. I didn't either. Icarus is like, what? Icarus is sitting there like, I saw it go. Like, I don't know, just something, again, maybe it's because, Lord Slug, or I don't know, just something, so I don't know, maybe, I don't remember how I felt as a kid. Maybe as a kid I didn't see it coming, I don't know. But I just felt as if looking at Lord Slug, looking at the palette, looking at the kind of green that he is, everything about him made me think, that is a Namek.
Green. Exactly.
That, Namek. Although, by the way, another funny thing. Because I think this was so early in their dubbing process, and because while they've remixed certain, background scores and things, they didn't actually redub the movie, even though they have like newer releases. They didn't redub it. They Piccolo calls himself. He's like, "Well, I'm a Namek too," and it's like that. That was changed later. Later on, they actually realized. Yeah, they're Namekians, like your Earthlings or something. No one says, I know I'm an Earth, but... So it's just very funny how it was very early in the dubbing process, and it's just like, I know I'm a Namek. And it's like, you're not a Namek. Are you a Namek? Are you Namek?
Doesn't Vegeta say that to him? Oh, he'll be like, oh, look, the Namek's here. And it's just like,
No, I think that's okay. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like that's okay, because it's more of a slur. It might be... It's like...
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
Oh, isn't that great? Just, oh, look, the Namek's here. Hey, that's our word. I can say Namek. You can't. Goku pops it. Can I say no? Are you going to say Namek? Yeah? Then you can't. Oh.
Oh, God.
But, all right, so, but yeah, I don't know, he just felt like he was going to be a Namekian, and he was, and it's like, and Piccolo, and Goku was just so confused, and I'm wondering if that's a joke, because obviously it was meant to be played off as serious, but I'm just wondering if everyone in the theater didn't think, Goku, look at him, Goku. Like, even the kids, like, Goku.
Well, because he even has the flash between his face and Piccolo, and he's like, he looks just like Piccolo. And Piccolo just looks at him, yeah, and what does that mean, Goku? He's a Namekian. Right.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Oh, just fucking fight him, Goku.
Pretty much, yeah, just keep this damn thing going. He's not going to get it. 20 minutes later during the fight, he's a Namekian. Yeah.
God damn.
But
yeah, I have to say, when I was a kid too, I was confused. Like, they called him Lord Slug, and he looked different. And then he wished for eternal life, and like at first, it seemed like, oh, maybe something different. But when he turned that shade of green, I'm just like, he's a Namekian too. Like,
yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you. You're starting to remember. Yes, yes.
I don't.
At first,
why
I was
is everybody so confused?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Because at first I was like, oh, he's a bit darker, because he was older and he was dying and he was whatever.
Exactly.
And also, I love how he took his pills, all of his pills, just like he's literally an old man taking pills.
Yeah.
Though I swear, the way he took them, I was like, whoa. It's like, don't OD now. I know you don't have much to live for, but don't OD. Takes like 80 of them in a cup, just crunches them. I'm like, all right, are those pills or are those nerds? Because
even when we were like, 9, 10, we still saw that as a red flag going up like, whoa, probably shouldn't take so many at once, Gramps.
I'm like 9. I'm like, I am not a drug counselor, but I think you need some help, sir.
It's really scary how you realize how much they drilled that into our minds.
Yeah, but so this next, possibly, because Piccolo can't hear me, Piccolo ripped off his ear. Okay for children, said Japan. Just ripped off his own ears, and everything was okay.
But it's purple, remember, Matt? It's okay if it's purple.
Yeah, it's okay if it's purple. But I love it. Just ripped off his own ears. It's pretty chill. Don't worry.
It doesn't hurt him.
No, it doesn't hurt him at all. It's just he's like Wolverine with his healing factor. It's just okay. It's okay. But no, seriously, that was crazy. I was like, again, just I forgot about that. I mean, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, he can't hear the. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think I jumped a little too when he did that the first time I saw it as a kid. I was like, oh, that's gonna sting in the morning.
Yeah, right. Like there's something you're not gonna like that.
Like,
and yeah, for a while Piccolo couldn't hear things, and then when he could, people still just started mouthing off to him. Just like eventually he was just like he was pissed at Gohan. Gohan was like, all right, is this for the moon thing? Come on, I can't hear any of you.
Oh, well, I think the joke at the end was probably for that.
Oh, yeah, it was just, haha, I get the point now.
Now I get the point. And even Piccolo just goes, funny,
and then everyone has to laugh, like, ha.
Yeah, exactly.
Lord Slug is rolling in his grave like, I was murdered for puns. I was murdered so wrestling can make puns.
As Slug is at the check-in station, you just see King Yemma like pop in the TV screen and just shows them laughing at that, and he's just like, "So this is what I died for, huh?" And King Yemma just looks at him and goes, "Yep, see you in hell." Boom, opens up the floor.
Oh man, but yeah, that's what happened there. But hey, remember when the Spirit Bomb did things? Wasn't that cool?
Yeah, I mean, I know it. Everyone, I know a few people I've talked to who are always like, "Oh, he always finishes them off with the Spirit Bomb." And I'm like, really?
You know, at first, I mean, in later movies, it kind of makes a bit of a comeback, but it's not even the way it is, you know, the way it used to be. I mean, there are a lot of movies that he didn't do the Spirit Bomb out, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, again, the first few, yes, but after a while, it didn't happen. There was no Spirit Bomb, actually. And, you know, you'll see this as we keep on doing these reviews. But yeah, eventually, the Spirit Bomb ceased to be a thing. I assume because of charge-up time. But,
probably.
But it ceased to be a thing. It was insane. But yeah,
I still love the Spirit Bomb. I don't care what anybody says about it. I still love it.
I love the Spirit Bomb. I just hated when it didn't work. And then it was just like, the Spirit Bomb didn't work. What can we do, Goku?
Yeah.
We could do another. Everyone looks at him and they think, that's genius. You know? Just Krillin.
More the...
No, I'm saying just Krillin. Just, that's genius. Gohan, I knew you had it in you, Dad. Piccolo, really? Are we not acknowledging this? This didn't work the first time, so we should do it again?
Yeah,
well, I mean, you guys aren't, all right, you're getting in position, okay, I'll help, I guess. Spirit Bomb, I guess too.
A, they probably didn't have enough power from either the people around them or the surrounding environment. And B, they probably didn't have the time to gather said energy if it was there even for another one.
I feel like it's just very hard to tap it out again. Where it's just, it's like we try to get as much energy as we could. But I think we got enough. Let's do it again. Give us more of your energy, puny human. It's like, whoa, like Goku, a lot of energy is being taken for this. But yeah. So anyway, we've reached the end of our podcast. We've said what we've had to say. How do you feel about the movie? I mean, obviously you like the movie. What would you rate it? We didn't get to rate the other movies. What would you rate this movie?
Rating wise,
I would give it an 8.
Yeah, I was thinking of that too, but you know what? I think I'm going to have to go a little higher. I might actually even give this one a 9 or a 10.
I like where that is. I probably should give it a 9 too. Probably give it an 8. I'll give it a solid 8. Good stuff. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. Please like us on Facebook, Those Guys on the Radio. If you look at the URL or if you're searching up Those Guys, we post a lot. We post pretty much all of our episodes on there. Also, look us up, Those Guys on the Radio, on Blog Talk Radio, if in case you just want to go straight to the site where we, post our episodes, where we are currently right now. And, yeah, I mean, thank you guys for listening. Tomorrow, both myself and Anthony Vega are going to be doing an After 5 podcast. If you haven't heard of After 5 yet, it's a very interesting series, Kanpai Senshi After 5, Cheer Soldiers After 5, a parody on Super Sentai, or in the States as we know it as Power Rangers. Very funny, interesting show. If you want to catch up with it now before our show tomorrow, you can get it on Mega Beast Empire. Yes, English subtitles. Yes, you can read them. Yes, you should. And also, we're doing the show tomorrow at 11 p.m. Definitely check out our Facebook, though, for a lot more updates as the weeks go on. And, yeah, next week, Tristan and I will be doing Cooler's Revenge.
Yay! Yay!
Does Cooler get his revenge? Tune in next week.
Oh,
again, if it were up to me, the second where it's like, no, Dad, you can't die, I would cut it off right there. And that day, Goku died. And that's how the movie would have ended. But seriously, thank you guys for listening. Signing out. Anything you want to say before we cut off, Tristan?
I love the next movie. It's my favorite one.
Oh, okay. Well, then good. So then you're going to love us in the next, you're going to love our next podcast. You're not going to hate this one. You're hating this one right now. You've already tuned out.
Oh.
So you're going to love the next, yeah, right? Just, well, you know what? You're terrible. You know what? Screw you guys. Screw the listeners. No, we love you. We love the listeners. We love all everything you've really done for us because, I mean, without you guys, we wouldn't be here. I mean, what would we really be doing, honestly? Sitting at home just watching these movies without speaking about them? Blasphemous, I say.
Wouldn't we technically be doing the same thing? Just without an audience?
Yeah. Just without an audience, right? All of our 5 listeners, sadly, would not be able to hear us speak about all the people that we could have in a Skype conference call, sadly, could not listen to us speak about this. But seriously, though, I am going to play us out with the magical music. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you guys for listening to Dope Sky.
Good night.